The sound of mantras resound, echo into the being of God, and they are re-echoed on our chakras, and then the chakras start opening more. So the flow of the grace of God is received. But only a realized soul should chant a mantra, because without connection, how will it reach God? It is a vicious circle. Now, one may say that, Mother, you cannot get realization unless and until you get the grace of God. And the chakras won't open by a person who is not a realized soul. Without opening the chakras, you cannot get realization. That's how the play of the Mother comes in. And of all the saints, like you. I would say the Sahaja Yogis have to break this vicious circle. You have to raise the Kundalini yourself. Once you raise the Kundalini opens the chakras a little bit, because you have given your vibrations to the chakras. So once she knows there is a Sahaja Yogi standing behind the seeker, she rises with confidence. She knows you are her brothers and sisters, and that you belong to the same family as she does. She knows the land where she has to grow, so she can feel that, and then she rises in her dignity. That's how she breaks this vicious circle. That's why in the beginning we don't tell them about the mantras. Because in the mantras you have to accept me as the deity. In this advent of mind, it is made compulsory that you have to recognize me. Because this is very precarious, the resurrection time we can call it, or the time of your last judgment. First the realization has to be given without any recognition. But not to those who are denying or insulting me. Under any circumstances they cannot get realization, whatever you may try. Even after realization, if people start thinking against me, vibrations will stop. Because of Sahasrara. And the heart has to be completely in unison with me. Otherwise, Sahasrara is closed. Now those people who are simple, who are full of open hearts, you see, such people understand me very well, and they just put me in their hearts. After realization, after going through the understanding of Sahaja Yoga through their mental activity, also the intellectuals understand me and recognize me in a little circle. After the puja, when they receive the blessings in a very blissful state they achieve, then they realize the value of puja also afterwards. Now in India, where the puja system has been traditionally coming and has been maintained quite a lot, they understand it without any mental processes. But when they meet somebody, an intellectual who has become a Sahaja Yogi, you see, they can't understand them. They don't want to listen about it, the whole rigmarole of the whole movement of the brain. And some of them who try, you see, little westernized, they try, you see, they develop an inferiority complex. And they go to the left side. But there is no need to understand it with mental, to all the time analyze it through your mental process, and then to understand everything, and then become Sahaja Yogis with the heart open. It's rather very circuitous. But what to do? They have gone that way, so they have to come that way. Because even if they become Sahaja Yogis, they start questioning and thinking about it and worrying about it. So the false people just mesmerize them and take advantage of that mesmerism. So one should not feel bad if you feel like analyzing, you should go ahead with it. Because I cannot stop your speed. I am not going to mesmerize. In Sahaja Yoga, the freedom is to be respected. But we do not allow people to come for puja who have not achieved a certain amount of understanding mentally of Sahaja Yoga from the Western people, not in India. But here there is a restriction. Because supposing in India, I do not explain to them, they don't want to know. They know that they'll get vibrations. They already know about vibrations. So I don't have to tell them you'll get more vibrations. If they get more vibrations, they know I am the Shakti. That's all. I don't have to explain. Like as you can make out which is the best wine, they can make out who is the real person. They know the taste of it. Now once in a puja, I had about 6,000 people had touched my feet. So I said in a puja, now please don't have, people need not touch my feet. I said it. But they thought it was Dhumal who suggested, so they all got after his life. They said, you only want to take all the blessings from others' feet and you didn't want us to take it, and they got out. Another thing is, you see, in the West, I never used to make the Panchamrita with my feet but with my hands, because here people would think that that's a dirty thing feet is and we should not have of the feet, you see. But actually the feet are very powerful and they can never be dirty. Like the river Ganges has vibrations. If you have the water of Ganges, you will see that it will never be dirtied. On the contrary, whatever are inside that, because it's never sort of very kept clean, whatever dirt has gone into it, it settles down and doesn't dirty the thing at all. It's very clean water, all the time vibrating. So one must understand whatever is pure, which is responsible for purity, which is the source of purity, can cleanse any impurity. So how it can be impure? But with the brain, if you think it, it's so limited. You cannot think of something which is just the embodiment of purity. This is the point we have come now, where I think I should talk about the Absolute. That is Shri Ganesh. Today is his puja. It's a very great thing that this puja we are doing in Geneva, in Switzerland. Geneva is the right heart, I think. The way it is against right heart. Everybody's life is a tragedy like Ramayana here. And that is why it is very important that Shri Ganesha should be worshipped here. Now, Shri Ganesha, as you know, is the embodiment of innocence. Now, Ganesha's color is red or orangish, because the child, when it is conceived as a fetus, the first color it sees is orange, or the red one of the mother's womb, of the blood. In Sahaja Yoga, now you must have learned that every action has a reaction which acts. The color of the original, we can say the primordial Ganesha is just of the clay, because he is made out of Mother Earth. Now when the Gauri, the mother of Ganesha, created him to protect her chastity while she was having her bath, she colored him red, because everybody could see that there's somebody sitting there to protect her. So when you see the red color around you as a fetus, then you absorb that color and your Ganesha gets colored with the red in the same beautiful manner. Just it has a reaction of that getting red, and it acts. Means red color of a Ganesha, the one who has a red color of a Ganesha frightens others. They know there is Ganesha sitting there, a pure, chaste personality with all the fieriness of the Ganesha is there. Now this Ganesha, when in a childhood, as you see, when the child is born, the children are extremely protective or fiery, you can say, about anybody touching their innocence. When they are absolutely young, they are not even aware of it. But slightly as soon as they start growing, they become very aware and they don't like their clothes to be taken out in the presence of others. They become very shy of their innocence. I mean, not shy. Shyness is not innocence, of their nudity, very shy of their nudity, so that their innocence should not be attacked. If their innocence is not attacked and if they are pure, if they see a nude woman, they'll close their eyes. They would not like to see a nude woman or a nude man. So this is an innate understanding, an intuitive understanding that it is important that they must preserve their innocence. Now, what is the innocence within us? What does it do to us? As it is already, I have told you that it gives us wisdom. All kinds of stupidity we do with our ego, as I was describing the President, and so many others at that age and at that height of their positions, it is because the Ganesha is missing completely. We went to Brighton where they have a new sort of a beach where you can do nude things. And my maid, she's innocent, you see, we went there. She couldn't understand, you see. She asked me, well, why are they doing it? But as you will find that in the West, it's hard to find really a wise person. You can say that people are over-educated and they are very well equipped with other understanding of the material side of life and all that. But as far as the wisdom is concerned, one can get shocked the way they are. I mean, just don't understand what's the wisdom behind it. Wisdom. Because all their wisdom has become nothing but sex. They always think of sex and they always want to understand all the nonsense of the sex. If you start thinking about your sex, naturally your innocence will be destroyed right there. Because you cannot use your intelligence for sex. I don't understand the wisdom how you can rationalize sex. This is such a spontaneous thing. And by thinking about it, are you going to enjoy it? How can you? It would be like saying that we can transform a flower into a fruit by thinking. And a more serious thing is this way, that supposing you say I can, of course you can never think, I hope so, that you can transform a flower into a fruit. I hope so. But some people can think that I can shift, say for example, this thing from here to here with my mind, I can shift it. Or materialize things. So you know that you can do it, you believe that you can do it, because some people have done it. But as Sahaja Yogis, you know it is done by bhoots, by the spirits. They do it for you, because they are busybodies trying to help you. Now, same thing happens as far as sex is concerned. When you want to have sex through your intellectual pursuits, you get only the bhoots to do that for you. Because when you project too much of your mind, then it goes into areas where you catch them. And they are sometimes very sly, sometimes depraved, sometimes aggressive, all kinds of things you gather. And the result is that the sex becomes a nonsense. So many depraved people, unsatisfied ones, they attack you, and you have either a very excited sex that even if you rape 100 women, you are not satisfied, or you have an impotency of the worst type. So, I mean, you are always left dissatisfied. All such people, when they die, they also become the same boots, waiting for some sex fellow to come round and jump on him. Innocent persons also may not have any sex activity for many years, even after marriage, because they are so innocent. It could be so also with very childlike people. But here it's a science which is taught from childhood. Just imagine. What is the need? Do the animals have to learn anything from childhood? About sex. They produce children. You have said?
Yes, she has said for me.
So the asceticism is not what I am preaching. First, the innocence is protective and red. Say till the age of at the most 50 years. Then gradually, if the person is properly maturing, not the stupid people, but who are maturing properly, after 50, it starts becoming orange.
Alors, ainsi,
It becomes orange. The first means when you get married, this process of this redness goes away and it starts becoming orange. That means the protection part is over. Means before marriage the virginity has to be preserved. Till you meet the person with whom you are to be married, that redness is the protection of that virginity. Then when you are married, protection part of it is not needed. But it has to be only towards one person, that's your husband or wife. Then the proper maturity takes place, and by the time you are about 50 years of age, it becomes orange, means there's detachment. You don't feel like having any more sex life. There's no need also. And then you develop a what you call a proper matured innocence, which is can be compared with a properly baked earthenware. But why again? Why to have this maturity? Why to have this innocence? Again, because you are rational people, so one can ask the question, why? Innocence is the way you really give fun to others. Create the fun part of it. The fun is created only through innocence. And innocence is the only way you can really emit also the fun. Imagine this world without any fun. What would happen? But people are very much confused with the fun and the pleasures. The pleasure is nice to begin with and horrible to end with. But fun is a treasure. Anything that is full of fun, you remember all your life, you can tell others. It's such an embodiment of fun creation.
French Mataji.
There's no word in French for fun.
Can you imagine this French language is diplomatic? No word for fun.
No, but it's not that.
That's exactly just mean.
It's amusement, but it is not that. It's not so strong like fun.
Fun is
Fun
so
is strong.
sweet.
Yes.
Strong and so beautiful.
Amusement, c'est pas.
Like I'll give you a simple example how these children create fun out of something. They make everything into a fun, you see. And now, you see, even when they speak or they say things, also they create such a fun out of it. Like the other day, my youngest grandchild, that's Anupama, she's hardly now 6 years, was playing, and she went up to the top of the house somewhere, and then we heard a big thud, you see. And my daughter, she's a very frantic mother, always worried about her children's well-being. And she couldn't even walk here. You see, her legs became heavy with worry, and she was walking to find out what's coming down now. So she shouted for the child, and the child came running down. She was quite all right. So she shouted at her, and she said, "What happened? Where did you go? Why did you go?" She just started shouting at her. So this child looked at her quite puzzled, and she waited for her to stop her shouting. And she said very quietly, "I have not come all the way from Riyadh here to die." So there are so many things which we write it down. It's all fun and natural fun that they have out of everything. You see, we can have now here all the children who are here. There are so many things you can write them down, how beautiful things they are doing, and how there is a twinkle of a mischief in their eyes, that they want to create a fun out of it. Fun is joy giving. It gives you joy. It's not just a sort of a coaxing in any way or hurting in any way or anything sadistic in it, but it's just blossoming. Alright, you understand fun?
Yes.
Mother, do you think it's possible if we don't translate anymore because it takes too much time for them?
Yes,
As
I
anyway
think
they are
so.
using English words, we'll tell them at the end. The few who don't understand English will explain them at the end what you have said.
Alright
It takes too
for
much
you?
time for
Because
them.
I'm coming to an end, Gregor. As I'll finish at 12:30, let's do it today. But next time I think it's a better idea to translate it later.
We can tell them it's
Just
too much.
a little bit I'll translate more because we are coming to an end and that's why it has taken so much time. Otherwise, it would be 1/3 of the time. Yes, just translate this part, what I said. That fun is nothing but blossoming. It doesn't tease anyone, doesn't hurt anyone, doesn't trouble anyone, but just blossoms the
So
whole
that-
thing into fragrance. It is the divine streak. It has something higher than that also. That if you are innocent, you really can feel the joy. So an innocent person can feel the joy of something which a very serious and a very rational person may never see. An innocent person may laugh loudly at a thing. To other people it may not be something funny. So the fun creation is not a dubious thing. It's a very straightforward, simple, spontaneous blossoming. Now in Geneva, people are really very serious about everything. More so in Switzerland. So much so that they commit suicide as a result. Because you are money oriented and you are also a sort of a take up a role of helping the whole world. Means you are very ego oriented because you want to help the whole world. Who are you to help? And thirdly, you have a stupid military here which is not needed.
E poi c'è un esercito tanto importante che non è necessario. Mother, excuse me, you know that yesterday it was in the newspapers that there had been again a military airplane which crashed in Switzerland with 2 dead.
With your photo next to it.
That's too much to blame me.
But especially modern the biggest military show in Switzerland with helicopter, a new model of tanks for the future of the Swiss army. It happens now in German Switzerland.
He says it was during a show where they wanted to show off all the military strength.
That's the fun. That's the fun. You see? So everybody is happy about it, you see? That this is the one how he is punished. Now to help the fun more, we have got Hanumana. He is also said. He helps the fun part of Sri Ganesh. Like Ganesha who plays tricks of fun on the people who are left-sided, he plays his tricks on the right-sided people. Like there is a person who was crying too much, her husband is dead, now what to do, I've finished this thing, that thing, you see. And suddenly she sees her husband walking in the room. But this only he does to the people who are innocent. But to the cunning, he punishes. He'll go on pouring all kinds of miseries, one more than the other, and he'll say, now cry more and cry more. You want to cry? All right, have it more and have it more. And Hanumana on his side, say for example, when Lakshmana was sick, and he had to get some medicine from one big mountain, he brought the whole mountain, because he said, I had no time to find it, you see, so better find it now. I brought the whole mountain. He too is the same style, can be very, very destructive when it comes to egoistical people. Like Ravana, whose whole Lanka he burnt. If Ganesha is painted red, he is painted orange. And as Ganesha has to settle down permanently in one place, he uses Saint Michael to run up and down the left side, while Hanumana can run up and down, he did not settle down at a place. But though he is a settled deity, Sthita is the one who is to be settled. Once he is settled, then he emits vibrations which go everywhere. He is the source of innocence. He is the source of the vibration. He is everything in a way. When he ascends here as Mahaganesha, or be in you and in God, he descends as Ganesha. From here, I go in the back. So when you think too much about sex, your eyes get ruined because you are using Mahaganesha. Your Mahaganesha is spoiled and your eye starts wobbling. The eyes lose innocence, purity, and they start absorbing all that is filthy. The eyes which are pure and innocent give innocence to others. Not only that, but they are the eyes through which the spirit looks out. It has many combinations which I have no time to tell you, but it's a very bad thing that people get those unclean eyes, the bhutish eyes, and anybody who is bhutish around, you turn your eyes to that person. Because it's a play of the satanic you are playing now, the negative. And that is what we do when we do not place Ganesha at right places. If we have to make Ganesha reflected in our Mahaganesha stage at this point, we should try to keep our eyes very clean, so that you keep the seat of Mahaganesha clean. In the puja of Sri Ganesh, you must bring the soft grass also, because Durva is fond of Durva, that's called as Durva, because the soft grass is soothing to the eye. Not only that, but it gives you the green part of the Swadhisthana chakra, which exists when we have not started about thinking. We have not started the thinking process. That suggests that part of Swadhisthana when you are not thinking. The green part of it, the lower part of the Swadhisthana is green. So the green is the one at where stage we have not become human beings. At that stage represents the green of Swadhisthana, where it created the whole universe, everything. Up to that it is green. Then when it starts creating the ego, it becomes yellow color, where it uses the sun, the action part. Not uses the sun, but becomes active, representing the sun side. So the green represents actually the part of Ganesha, in a way, because till then you are not thinking. You are at a level where you are close to the Mother Earth. See, it's the Mother Earth's giving. You see, the sun part has not started when the green is there. Because the Mother Earth gives this green. Of course the sun makes it green, that's different part. But that you don't start doing anything. When you start doing something yourself at a human level, the whole thing becomes yellow. So Swadhisthana has two sides, a physical and a mental side. The physical side is the green side, and the mental side is the yellow side. So now we are today here to worship Sri Ganesh. And I would like you to get some grass from the Lord, some soft grass, because that is important for him. So you should put your eyes onto the greenery to improve your Ganesha. And when it is very warm, then you can also walk bare feet on the green in the morning time when there is dew on you. Those who are very overactive should take to vegetarian diet, will help them to become more towards the balanced side.
So
Not does a fanaticism, but more on vegetables and eat animals which are very small ones. It's all right.
Dunque, coloro che sono troppo sul lato destro dovrebbero mangiare molto verde, molta verdura, particolarmente verde, e anche mangiare carne, soprattutto di piccoli animali. Questo aiuterà.
We can sit in silent meditation for a while. We can thank Mother for today's morning meditation. Humbly bow down, raise our Kundalinis and take abundance.